Okay, I'm going to do a quick, not really quick. Anyway, somebody asked about how I do the cups. I had a, wasn't really a cup, it was a metal koozie that I covered with acrylic paint. And once it dried and cured, it felt like leather. And I showed some pictures, which I'll have to pull some pictures up later. I'll put it with this video, but anyway, somebody asked how I did it, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do it. And this is a bigger cup, but that's okay. Okay, I put a little bit of tape, painter's tape on the bottom to keep this rim down there. It gives me something to hold on to. And I put a little bit across the top just because I really didn't want it on my mouth. And I normally use this because I resin cups too. So that's kind of why this has a funky shape, because I do these cups a lot. So what I do is, this is an old paint roller. That's all it is, with a towel. So I just jam that down on there so it stays. It's a little lopsided, but that's okay because I'm going to spin a lot. And this kind of keeps it from getting in the inside. I have a trash can down here. I paint dirt. It's full. Anyway, I have a trash can here that I line up underneath so it'll drip. This stuff will drip off. So the main thing is, sometimes I'll spray primer on it, but I'm in the house, it's raining, I don't want to go outside, so I'm just going to put it on here. I don't always spray it with primer, but a lot of times I put vinyl pull off, so there's letters underneath. So what I'm going to do is, hopefully this white works good because it has extender in it, and usually I don't put it as liquidy because I want it to roll a little slower, but it's okay. So I'm going to start out just by, let's see how this one's going to run. This will be okay, I think. So, and on these, I just start putting paint. You can hear it, it's dripping. And this one actually probably is going to be a little bit thin. I may have to go ahead and put some more paint in it. It's going to spin. Because it always goes to the lower side. I mean, it always goes to this side is the bottom, and it always goes. Anyway, I just kind of run a bunch. I'm just going to run a bunch on here. Because this has extender in it, so, and I normally don't. And I'm not worried about the bubbles so much. So, alright, I'll put some on there. It's going to drip, 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 drip. So, let's see, how about some, I've got some pretty, this one here. And I'm probably going to use this one without putting any, oh, it's not open, without putting any kind of, I still will. I got some flow stuff. I'm going to go ahead and pour a bunch of it in here and I'm going to pour all this bottle. This is my Lumiere. I love this stuff. Get it off of. I'm just going to pour it all in there. Put a lid on this. And this, hopefully it's not too thin. Cross your fingers. So then I'm going to put some more. I'm just going to run it drip. Oh, see, this is not too thin. It'll work. You do waste a lot of paint doing this, though. And I'll go back to this top side and let it all run. And the white does have silicone in it, which I have not done before. So we'll see if we get some fun action or not. I got this purple here, and basically, I just squirted it all over the wall. Fabulous. Basically, I just keep putting, drips and dribbles, and maybe turn it a little bit, put some in some other places so I get a little variation. Fill in some of the holes. I mean, it's not, again, like I always tell y'all, not rocket science. Well, you can see this one's got silicone in it too. I'm going to get some cells on here. But I'm afraid that the silver is going to show through on the bottom. I should have probably painted it. But it's okay. It's okay. I say it's okay a lot too. Because it's going to turn out to be something very cool and original. And nobody else is going to have one like it, right? So you see, basically this is what I do. I put on Paint. Turn it. Add more paint. Turn it. Sometimes I'll take some tape, and if I want to hold this some way, I'll just tape it to that so it doesn't turn. And I just go around and fill in the holes. And I'm going to let it turn back this way again and fill in this one. I definitely can see where there's silicone, so my paint is probably going to, I mean the silver is probably going to show through where there's silicone, which is okay. I'm not real worried about it. So basically that's it, and I keep adding paints. You probably could do it like a dirty pour, I guess. Well, I'm sure you can. People do. I just like it, I don't know, I just kind of like to go fill in the little holes, see where I'm going. And these are, it is just acrylic paint. Like I said, some does have my regular mix that has the extender and a little bit of silicone. This has a very little bit of silicone in it, but it does have some. Actually, it's kind of cool. So I'm just going to use these three colors, and I'm just going to keep going and dripping back and forth. Here I think it needs some. Like if there's a spot that it didn't stick to, or a big spot, not like I guess this one's a little different than some of the ones they did because it's storming here again, and as per my usual, the dogs are in here interrupting me. They're fixing to get in trouble. See that in every video. So, I mean, I was going to say honestly, say that all the time too. Basically, I just go through and add it, and just add bits and pieces. And kind of let it do its thing. Let it stir. I mean, I don't want to be muddy, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a row there. I'm going to put a little bit here too. I'm going to put a little bit through the middle of it again. I'm going to let it go. Let it go that way. Basically, that's it. Kind of cool. See, I do have some holes, which, I mean, I guess it's okay, but yeah. Well, I think the silicone's good, which is fine. So basically, that's it. And then I'll come in here and turn it every once in a while, but pretty much I'm going to let it do its thing and work. And I'm going to let it sit. I'm just going to let it sit. And that's kind of, I mean, that's the process. That's really it. And let's see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see. Maybe. I'm sorry to move my camera, but I'm going to a little bit. Alright, so you can kind of see, and there is some little cells in there, which I normally don't go for on this, but like I said, my paint's already mixed up and it has some silicone in it. So I'm just going to leave that there, and I'll let that dry, and then I will peel off that tape, and I'll either leave it because it'll be dull, or metallic side will be dull, or I will resin it. And I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to run into the other room real quick. Okay. These are cups I use. This one is the metallic paint, and it has been resined. If you can see it, metallic paint and resined. It's kind of messy. It was one of the first ones I did, but I love how I don't know, kind of fun. And then this one, which is kind of dirty too, says there's a chance this is whiskey. This one's not cut. Of course, they're dirty because I use them. This one's not coated with anything. It is just the Lumiere paints, and I just spilled coffee everywhere. They come out pretty good. And it has white, there was a white base coat, and you can kind of see that's where the bottom is, but it's whatever. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun. Talking about pouring on stuff. Just, like I said again, ignore the dirtiness because I use these every day. So that's what this is going to do. It's just, like I said, it's going to be a little bit different because it does have a little bit of silicone in it, but that's okay because it's going to give us some cells or what have you. So it's going to look fine, I think. And I think it'll be good. And I'm going to turn this way a little bit so my drips run. There we go. Now they've pretty much stopped. I probably made an ugly face in there, didn't I? All right. That's it. Nothing to it. Like I said, this is an old paint roller. Works pretty good. Anyway, there you go.